Morning, folks. It's Saturday morning, and I wanted to talk about. Well, first off, we got the tree down. You can see the big pile of wood I got to cut. Um, let's talk about the debate, if you could call it a debate. It was a sad, sad situation. Um, you know, I have nothing against President Biden, but it's obvious that he needs to bow out gracefully. Being 60 years old, I know eventually I'm not going to be able to drive a truck anymore, and I'm going to have to retire. Okay? And it's obvious that President Biden has reached that point. To continue to push him to be president again is elder abuse. In my opinion, it's elder abuse. He should be allowed to bow out gracefully. Now, I am not sure who the Democratic Party would pick, but it's obvious that if he doesn't have full dementia, he is in the beginning stages, and that was blatantly obvious when he stated, "We have defeated Medicare." He said that. I'm not making that up. You can go listen to the debate if you want to. It's on YouTube, it's on Rumble, it's all over. It's obvious, okay? This happens as you get older, and it's nothing against him. It's just that at this point, it's obvious he is beginning to have cognitive decline and needs to retire. Understand, the man is like 80 years old, I believe. So this is an issue, right? Now, moving on. The thing that pissed me off about the debate is they did not have all the presidential candidates that are running up there. There are more than just Trump and Biden running, okay? And to sit there and have a presidential debate and not allow the candidates who have a strong support also be in the debate, it's just a slap in the face of 33% of the American people. That's just my opinion. And I really do think that going to the left or to the right may not be the best option, but it's up to you to decide who you're going to vote for. Now, I also wanted to talk about something. Let's get away from the politics, right? That's my opinion, and if you don't like it, that's fine, but that's my opinion, okay? And I think Trump wiped the floor with him on the debate. That's just my personal opinion. And so I'm going to get away from the politics now. So it is that time of the year where we start bringing in our harvest, particularly cucumbers. And a lot of times you'll find cucumbers that are too big to actually use as pickles. You've let them grow too long, and they're just too big to use for pickles, right? They're not young cucumbers. They've gotten big. Now, one of the things I do is I make cucumber jelly. Now, cucumber jelly, whenever you go to a fish restaurant, you'll find it normally on the higher end fish restaurants, you'll find it on the tables. It is that light green condiment that's in a small jar, and it's normally served with salmon, crab, crackers, and cream cheese. Okay? And it's cucumber jelly, and you can make it. So what you need to do if you want to make cucumber jelly is you're going to need one of the small half-pint cases, because it's going to make 6 to 8 of the little half pints, right? They're half pints. It's going to make 6 to 8 of those jars, okay? So you want 3 to 4 large cucumbers. You want to shred them and ground with the peel on, okay? Now a good way to do that is just stick it in a blender, okay? Then you're going to strain that through a cheesecloth or a juicer or a sieve, however, because you want the juice, you don't want all the cucumber pieces, right? And you don't want it, when you're straining it through your cheesecloth, you don't want to press too hard, because if you do, you'll make your jelly look cloudy when it's done, okay? So you should have, once you get done, you should have about 2.5 to 3 cups of cucumber juice, okay? You're going to need 7 cups of sugar. I know that sounds like a lot of sugar, but you're going to need 7 cups of sugar, okay? You're going to need 1 cup of white vinegar. Please be sure to check the acidity level on the white vinegar. Some of the white vinegar has dropped in acidity level, and you need to go to your canning book to make sure you get the correct level of white vinegar on the acidity. I don't know that off the top of my head, and I didn't write it down, so my bad, right? And you're going to need 2 pouches of either Certo liquid pectin or 2 boxes of pectin, okay? So you're going to mix your cucumber juice, your sugar, and your vinegar in a big pot. You're going to stir it constantly and bring it to a boil, a light boil. So you don't want it on high heat, you want it on like medium heat. So you want to bring it to a light boil for about 2 minutes. You're going to remove it from the heat, because you don't want it boiling when you add in your pectin, okay? So you're going to slide it to the side. You're going to remove it from the heat. Slowly stir in your pectin, whether you're using liquid or the powdered form. You're going to replace that back on the heat and boil for about a half a minute to a minute, and then remove from the heat. Now you're going to stir it a couple times, then skim off, because you're going to have foam, just like you do like with strawberry jelly or blueberry jam. You're going to have foam on the top. So you want to skim all that off, because you don't want foam in your jars, right? The jelly is going to be like a light green color. Now, at this point, you can add in some mint or cinnamon or whatever you want to do, okay? You can vary this, okay? But I normally just use plain cucumbers, okay? And if you wanted to add more color to make it a brighter green, you can add a little bit of drops of food coloring, okay? Now you want to take it while it's hot. You want to take it immediately and put it into your canning jars. Okay, so these are canning jars. They're little half-pint canning jars, and you want to put those immediately in your canning jars. Now, I don't water bath it, but if you're going to water bath it just to be on the safe side, you want to water bath just like you would anything else. Go for 10 minutes, and you want to have that water bath canner already going before you get to this putting it in the jars. That way when you stick it in, it's still hot and everything is good to go, okay? Now you're going to put your lids on, water bath can it. Then once your 10 minutes is up water bathing, You're going to pull them out of your water baffer. You're going to set them on a cloth or on a rack and let them cool. Now, be aware with cucumber jelly, it can take up to 2 to 3 days for it to set. Okay? Don't stress that. Put it in a cool, once the jars are cool, go put it in a dark place, like in your canning room, with all your jars. Put it in a dark place and let it sit. Okay, make sure before you do that you check all the lids and make sure they're all sealed. If one isn't sealed, put it in the refrigerator, use it first, right? But you're going to serve that with either crackers and cream cheese or with fish or crabs, okay? And it comes out with a very unique cucumber. It's a sweet cucumber taste, and it's unique. So I would suggest you do one batch, see if you like it, and then decide if you wanted to add cinnamon, mint, lemon, right? You can add lemon juice. You can do your own little, right? Have your own little thing. I just use straight cucumber jelly because I happen to like it on my fish fillets. Okay, and you don't use this like you would blackberry jam. Okay, blackberry jam, you would use it for like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not what this is for. This jelly is really for like a condiment to put on top of fish, or a little bit of crackers and cream cheese, right? It's not to use like in sandwiches or whatever. And that's what I've got for you this morning. I'm sure there's people out there that are going to say that I'm crazy, that Biden doesn't have dementia. I'm sorry. I saw my dad go through it. That's how my dad started out, was forgetting words as he was speaking. And it is a stage of life that all of us at one time or another will probably have to face. So, like I said before, that's my opinion, and we're going to go ahead and relax a little bit today, because I got to cut all that up, and it's going to be a little bit hot today, and yeah, that's what we got going on here. Bicycle.